pound-for-pound supremacy is at stake. But some believe this fight is venturing into dangerous territory. Ryan Garcia made a bold statement that echoes a growing concern in the boxing world. Terence Crawford is not just moving up one or two, but three weight classes to challenge Mexican icon Canelo Alvarez. Fans and fighters alike are debating whether this dream bout is a stroke of brilliance or reckless ambition.
That's going to be a great fight, too. I can't believe they made that happen. Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big.
Today, we break down exactly what the pros are saying, who's backing Crawford's skills, and who's putting their money on Canelo's power. We're diving deep into the predictions, strategies, and stakes surrounding one of the most talked about super fights in modern boxing. On September 13th, Canelo Alvarez will defend his undisputed super middleweight title against Terence Crawford. Every time Canelo faces a top-tier opponent, comparisons to his 2013 loss to Floyd Mayweather resurface. Mayweather outclassed the then 23-year-old Canelo in a fight many believe should have been a unanimous decision. Now, Canelo takes on Crawford, an undefeated, defensively brilliant fighter often compared to Floyd himself. Interestingly, Canelo recently stirred controversy by claiming Crawford is not only better, but also smarter than Floyd. Canelo stated, "I think Crawford is better than Mayweather because he turns his guard to both sides. He's more intelligent. I think he's better than Floyd Mayweather. That's what I think." But not everyone is convinced. Floyd's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, wasn't buying it, accusing Canelo of hyping Crawford to make a win seem greater than it actually is.
All right, well, recently Canelo was interviewed talking about his fight with Bud Crawford. He said Bud is actually better than Floyd. What do you think about that?
Maybe he is. I mean, but the one thing is this: you would always say that somebody that already beat you is better than the person that you're fighting, because you want to make yourself look like you're going to beat somebody that's better than everybody.
When an interviewer suggested Floyd was in his prime, while Canelo was to green in 2013, Jeff fired back. He reminded everyone that Canelo had more fights than Floyd at the time, while Floyd was already 36 years old.
He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah,
to
but
a man that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
How you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
did he lose? I mean,
Your prime is in your 20s.
As for Canelo's claim that Crawford is more intelligent and better defensively than Floyd, Jeff disagreed. While he admitted Crawford might rival Floyd's ring IQ, he stood firm. No one, not even Crawford, defends better than money.
In order to make himself look like he beat someone that is better than Floyd, of course he's going to say all these great things about him, and then that makes him bigger than what he is.
Jeff believes Canelo's comments aren't just compliments, they're calculated. By exaggerating the challenge, reshaping the narrative, and inflating Crawford's greatness, Canelo positions himself to appear as if he conquered someone even greater than the man who handed him his most humbling loss. While debates about legacy rage on, Terence Crawford is tuning out the noise and dialing up the intensity.
Yeah, we're working. We're working. On a holiday where I blow a lot. Getting in. Let's get it. Honor the greats, do what we gotta do. Let's get it, baby. September 13th. Here we come.
Crawford's message isn't just about training, it's a warning. He understands the challenge ahead and hears the critics. Yet, as cameras roll, he's training through holidays, laser-focused, sending a clear signal to Canelo. This isn't a payday. This is a legacy fight, and Crawford is coming for history. And for anyone still doubting whether he has the power to compete with super middleweights, what follows may change your mind.
Latest one, Mexican undefeated fighter who's 19-0, Lester Martinez. He has officially pulled out of his fight that was scheduled for this Friday due to migraines. Coincidentally, sparring and fighting causes migraines, so it don't take a genius to figure this out. Obviously, Crawford sent his best sparring partner, the Mexican sensation Martinez, home. This is highly impressive due to the fact that Crawford is jumping 3 weight classes pretty much one time to his 6th weight class in order to fight Canelo.
That's right, Lester Martinez an undefeated 190-pound super middleweight, was reportedly rocked so badly in sparring by Crawford that he withdrew from his own fight due to migraines. This isn't hype. Crawford is hurting full-sized fighters just weeks ahead of his biggest test. He's leaping up 3 weight divisions, yet already bruising elite 168-pounders, with viral training clips showing him overpowering heavy sparring partners. Many are now calling Crawford the stronger man heading into the bout, but not everyone agrees.
Listen, we've been talking about how strong Terence Bud Crawford is. You see him tackling the heavyweight, big baby Miller. Yeah, but we haven't been talking about how strong so Canelo Alvarez.
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult offered a different perspective, cautioning fans not to overlook the proven, fight-tested strength of Canelo Alvarez.
Let's talk about Canelo Alvarez's feats of strength. Canelo Alvarez picked up Bivol in the clinch late in the fight. It was the 11th round. And look at how he lifted him and carried him. Fireman carried him. And the effortless, listen, Bivol is bigger than Canelo. He fights at a higher weight class than Canelo. And he weighs on Canelo's neck. And Canelo uses his legs, he uses his core, and then his neck itself to lift up Bivol like Bivol was a featherweight. That is a huge representation of how strong Canelo.
According to Showbiz, the hype around Crawford's gym performance has overshadowed what Canelo has accomplished in real championship battles. Lifting a naturally bigger man like Dmitry Bivol late in a fight speaks not just to power but also to stamina and composure under pressure.
Resides in him. He's a dog, he's a beast, and he's out to prove something too. So I'm excited about this fight. Canelo obviously is self-explanatory. There's really no need to go down the rabbit hole when it comes to him. But I do see this being as a 50-50 fight. But if I was a betting man, I would bet on Crawford. But also too, you can't count Canelo out. I mean, would go in, I'm assuming, as the favorite, which is rightful.
Another respected voice is former middleweight champion Daniel Jacobs, who brought both technical and emotional insight to the conversation. Jacobs, who went the distance with Canelo in 2019, knows firsthand what it takes to share the ring with the Mexican superstar. Yet despite that, he's leaning toward Crawford in this fight.
Canelo, which I've always said is an amazing legendary fighter, but he fights in spurts. So sometimes it takes for the opponent to actually initialize him giving the best. When he was faced with me, the opposition that I had and what I was giving him, it was just a lot. Whether it was boxing, whether it was coming forward, but most importantly, it was the punches and bunches. And so he was forced to either stand there, wait for the right time, or be combative and go back at it. So I think that's what Crawford may have to do. Push the pressure, make Canelo fight, or maybe just play it safe, win on points, you know?
Jacobs praises Crawford's hunger and drive, calling him a beast with something to prove. He also acknowledges the challenge. This will be a close fight if Crawford can impose his will. Jacobs believes he might edge out the victory. Still, Jacobs respects Canelo as the rightful favorite. From a tactical standpoint, Jacobs says Canelo often waits for perfect openings, fighting in bursts rather than high-volume exchanges. Against a high IQ, active fighter like Crawford, this could be a tactical liability. If Crawford pushes the pace, mixes combinations, and controls the tempo, Jacobs sees a real path to victory, especially over 12 rounds.
A lot of people are counting Crawford out. Crawford's he's smart, he knows what he's doing. Canelo, you know, I mean, he's not that big of a guy. He obviously weighs more, but I mean, you can't take nothing from Crawford. He goes in there to win. So I mean, I feel like it'd be a good fight. You know, it sucks that my brother didn't get the opportunity, but I mean, only Canelo knows why it didn't happen. And he's got to keep moving forward. You know, got to keep moving forward. But it's gonna be a good fight to watch. I got Crawford.
While some experts view this as a 50-50 chess match, others are more confident in Crawford's chances. One of them is David Benavides, who experienced Crawford's dominance firsthand in 2018. His take: Bud is a different kind of animal.
You know, I might have to go with Crawford on that. You know what I'm saying? He's just, I think Crawford's his defense is impeccable, and I think Canelo's been through too many fights at this time. I think he's doing a lot of fights, and I think it might catch up with him. You know what I'm saying? I think Terence he chooses his fights carefully. He lays low, and he's like wolf. You know what I'm saying? He's just sneaking up on you.
Benavidez' words aren't hype, they're coming from direct experience. He's seen Crawford's timing, precision, and switch-hitting style overwhelm bigger opponents to him. This fight isn't about weight, it's about focus, sharpness, and execution. And in all those areas, he believes Crawford can shock the world at 168. Even outside boxing, voices are rising. Legendary rapper and actor Fredro Starr gave a raw, unfiltered take, and it wasn't what Canelo fans wanted to hear.
You know, boxing's all about taking challenges, and I think Terence Crawford has shown that he's ready to take that challenge, but also Canelo is the challenge. So, you know, I think Canelo likes to have fun, and he's been in the sport for quite some time, so the experience will say a lot.
Fredro believes Crawford is the silent predator. Canelo, battle-tested through countless wars, carries the wear and tear of a long career. Meanwhile, Crawford has remained sharp, quiet, patient, and deadly, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. For Fredro, this fight isn't just about skill. It's about instincts, timing, and hunger. The wolf is ready to feast. He says, not everyone is picking sides. Champions like Alicia Baumgardner are simply acknowledging the courage it takes for both warriors to step into the ring. This isn't just a fight. It's history in the making. If you love real boxing talk, bold predictions, and raw fight energy, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Fight Edge. Join the Edge. Stay sharp. This is where boxing lives.